residing in the deepest underreaches of Ditch, far beneath the grounds of VERZIK Castle, unimaginable horrors and abominations tirelessly dwell, eagerly anticipating any coin-eccentric adventurers or vampiric challengers bold enough to take their one and only shot at freedom. In this video, we'll be talking about the Theater of Blood and why learning this piece of standout content may not be appealing to some players, and how it may come off as an unapproachable roadblock to others. Welcome to my video. I'm TombGoblin and I feel like dog shit, and it's time to talk about the Theater of Blood cult. Introduced on the 7th of June 2018, the Theater of Blood since its release is and has remained old school's highest average PVM gold per hour. With the exception of a handful of Gillinor's most skilled PVMers, completing the raid solo is pretty much unrealistic due to the certain damage threshold held like that of phase 2 of the VERZIK fight when she begins to heal. Unless you have a solid friend or clanmate that already has the inside scoop on this content, finding a team to teach the raid and its mechanics first has proven to be very difficult at times, which then prompted me to ask the question, what incentive does a veteran of the theater have to teaching a guy like me? And the unfortunate reality of the question is that there is no incentive at all. The burden of taking a new player through the raid affects all involved in many of which ways. A poor performance in a boss room will result in you getting little or no supplies, forcing you to leech off of the supplies of others in your group who actually need those items to get to completion. Unlike a death in the tombs of a mascot raid, where invocations help predetermine the overall amount of deaths acceptable, or the Chambers of Xeric, where you just respawn after death with an overall point detriment. The Theater of Blood does not let you restart the room if the whole team dies. Everybody is forced to restart the raid in its entirety, disallowing players a proper learning opportunity or the chance to outmuscle the raid for the completion, without sacrificing loot or supply chest quality. Please enjoy a good wiener on the house and a brief message from my new sponsor. Now, we all know that life in gaming can be intense, and it's easy to get caught up in the grind. But sometimes that dedication can leave us feeling mentally exhausted and stagnant, like we're stuck in a loop. That's where selfcoachinghub.com comes in. They understand the challenges that people face and offer a holistic approach to personal growth and wellness. Selfcoachinghub.com believes in the power of community and how it can be a catalyst for personal transformation. With expert coaches and mentors who truly understand our individual challenges in and out of the gaming world. It's like having a personal guide by your side in the form of a whole community, cheering you on and helping you overcome challenges. So, fellow adventurers, are you ready to embrace a new kind of quest? Join selfcoachinghub.com today and unlock a world of personal growth, fulfillment, and success. Visit selfcoachinghub.com today and start your transformative journey. Discount affiliate link in the description box down below. Welcome back. Now that we have a bit better understanding of the reasons a lot of players are deterred from the Theater of Blood, perhaps now we'll talk a bit more about what could be done to help better prepare players for the T.O.B, and what things could be changed to help make the content a bit more approachable. Though recent changes to the raid's entry mode were made in hopes of making it a bit more consistent, it would have little overall effect on the raid's numbers or demograph. I don't think that the damage dealt to you by your own mechanical incorrections or by a boss monster itself properly showcased to you the significance of your mistakes in an entry mode Theater of Blood. By trying to find that sweet spot between business and pleasure, you could ensure a much more comprehensible learning experience could ensue for new raiders. Something else that could be done to better prepare you for the treacheries that lie within would be to treat any damage that you would take in entry mode as if it were more lethal. Readily available are the SOTESEG Maze Runner and the Phase 2 VERZIK Helper. That will definitely help take out a little bit of the brain work. Being easier said than done, finding a friend or two that can learn the raid with you is a great way to take the spotlight off of the solo learner amidst a group of hardened veteran raiders. Nothing is more nerve-wracking than feeling the pressure and excitement of a highly anticipated late-game boss encounter in such a high-stakes environment. And nothing can feel as bad as dying under that pressure and watching your team suffer slowly for your mistakes. What can be changed to make the T.O.B more approachable? Before answering that question, a part of what I think makes the Theater of Blood so unique and distinguishable from other content in old school is its harsh mechanics in its cutthroat learning environment. So bear with me as I attempt to propose these changes without spoiling the nature of the content. As with most raids, a big general change I would like to make to the entire learning and raiding process would be the removal of death chests. These chests only add salt to the wound and extra gearing time in between your runs, though not quite comparable to the upwards 500,000 coins required to rebuy your equipment from the tombs of a mascot. VERZIK guarantees you that she personally has big plans of tapping deep into the pit of your wallet. The only teleportation method out of the T.O.B is the escape crystal, which can be obtained by the mysterious stranger right outside of the theater for 75,000 coins. My recommendation would be to remove this crystal from the game altogether. By removing the crystal and allowing other teleportation methods out of the encounter, quite a bit of coin can be potentially saved in the long run. If the fact that the cost to retrieve your items from the death chest in the T.O.B is so closely rivaled by the price of the teleportation crystal, isn't it just worth it to not bring the crystal and to pay the extra 25k for the death chest and have that precious extra inventory space open? Maybe instead of removing the teleportation crystal from the game, a hefty price reduction is justifiable. Would it be asking too much for players to no longer receive supplies based off of their performance, but rather as a set reward you know that you could rely on, much like in Chambers or TOA? Having difficulty finding a proper raid teacher can be hard enough in regards to the T.O.B, but overall, a very large part of me can't help but think that just maybe the veteran members of the T.O.B community don't want to teach anybody after all. And why would they? If my changes to the Theater of Blood should come true, how many more people will be trying their own hand at Dark Lady VERZIK? How many more rare and ultra rare items will be entering our already fragile market? Not willing to put out on the first date, this tight-knit, pre-existing community of dark overlords don't actually want to fill the cup from the one and only bowl of punch that I actually want to drink from. If you enjoyed the video half as much as I enjoyed the smell of burnt hair, please leave your favorite old school RuneScape goblin a comment and a like. And if you're not yet a part of my community, allow me to invite you to smash that subscribe button. I'll see you raw doggers in the next video, and until that time, TombGoblin out.